Hi, my name is Edward Kurczewski and I've been working in 2D traditional animation for over 10 years and have contributed to projects like Scavenger's Reign, Primal, Flea and Tales of Alatreon. Working in animation has been my dream as long as I can remember. I've always wanted to create worlds and bring characters to life. The first challenge I faced was, where do I start? Where I can learn this? I noticed that many others has the same questions. After getting my 2 master degrees in animation and earning experience in professional industry, I've decided to share my knowledge with you. That's why I created Animation Club School. Our school is a team of working animators who act like a bridge between students and the industry. We realize that many students struggle to build high professional skills required to secure their job in the industry. So we designed our courses to help you develop an outstanding portfolio. At the moment, we primarily focus on 2D animation. It's where we have the most expertise and it's my personal passion. We want to see more people thrive in this art form. Each course is carefully designed to deliver knowledge while honing practical skills through hands-on tasks. The curriculum builds gradually over several levels, enabling students to master the program step by step. We aim to help students understand complexity of 2D animation, assess difficulty of the tasks realistically, and set achievable goals to their growth. Our primary focus is on developing animation skills to meet industry standard. While drawing skills are essential, we leave their development to each student individually. However, we encourage outside art study and even offer free drawing sessions in our Discord. Currently, we offer over 12 different courses and we continually adding new professional programs to meet industry demands. But that's not all. Here's what else we offer. Weekly videos that dive into different aspects of animation industry, free monthly masterclass live streams with a mentor, short tutorials across all our social media platforms, an active Discord community where you can connect to passionate creatives from around the world. If you like what you've heard so far, follow us on our social media and check out our courses on our website. I can't wait to see what you create with us.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Animation Club School. Welcome, welcome, everyone. I'm very happy to be yet on another amazing stream today. Please get seated, get comfortable, and get ready to learn some new insights. I wanted to share with everyone that our school not only shares these gems of knowledge and experience, like today from our students on YouTube, but you can also dive deeper into your education through our courses. Join us in the classic 2D animation course in June, or jump right into the upcoming short film creation course, which started, I think, just a couple of days ago. Be sure to hurry and earn your 20% off on your first month in our early bird discount on the website. The website is in the description, so now is the perfect time both to save up and start something new for yourself. My name is Kata. I'm your loyal, valiant, and extremely humble host. And today we will be chatting and doodling with a student of the school as part of the community spotlight. So hopefully, chat, all of you will say hello to Diana, our alumni that is currently going through course 3. Is that right?
Yes.
3. Chat, say hello to Diana. Would you like to share something about yourself before we watch your reel and go to chatting and doodling today?
Sure, I'll be happy to introduce myself. I'm Diana, or Diana. Both are fine. And I am a student at the school, like Kata mentioned. I am an aspiring animator, and I come from Bulgaria, which is in the Balkans, for those who are curious. And I have always identified as an artistic and creative person. And I think this journey that I had, which led me to uh, this animation school, was very interesting. Definitely very mixed, very full of um, all kinds of types of art. And I'll
Mm-hmm.
be happy to tell you all about it if anybody
Perfect.
wants to know. So yeah, if anything else can be shared, you can always ask me because I forget my forget my thoughts sometimes.
Exactly. So, Vitali, if you'd be so kind to turn the reel, and then I'll give a couple of disclaimers and we'll start. That was an amazing reel. Here you already see we doodle a little bit before we started, just for your entertainment. I wanted to say again about the reel. I really, really liked it. Kudos to being featured on some of our thumbnails and stuff. You really nailed the design, especially like in the first, like the turnaround you did. I don't know the name of the character, but it was just great. Really, really liked it. And we were talking while the reel was playing that some of the stuff was already created before the courses, some of it started. So I want to dig a little bit into that later. But I think we can just start doodling around and just have some fun and talk a little bit more about, I think, your art journey. Tell me a little bit more how you just in general got into art. What was something that you kind of really liked about it, and what made you actually go through that from general kind of animation into that, oh no, not animation, general art into that like niche of doing animation. So I want to hear all about
Hmm.
it.
Well, um, it was first of all, I'm going to say that it's really um, interesting for me to be a student again because
Mhm.
I haven't been one in a while because I'm actually
Ooh.
over 30 years old. I'm
No
not.
way. I thought you were younger than me.
No, no, no. I am not. I'm your grandma in some terms. Uh, and I was a student long ago, and right now I am amongst people who are 18, 20, even younger, and it's really, really interesting for me. Not only that
Mhm.
I learn new things about animation and art, but also about people, which is
Mm,
a win-win,
yeah,
definitely.
exactly.
And yeah, it was. Um, it was a long journey, really, to get where I am now. And as I mentioned, I was always creative, even as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I remember doodling, creating under the table, um, doing all kinds of stuff. But uh, in time, I actually got a bit away from that and went to,
Mm.
for example, a high school that was focused mainly on language studies.
Oh,
So
interesting.
it was, yeah, uh, definitely a mixture of skills.
Mm-hmm.
And these 4 years of my life were dedicated to studying languages, history, literature, and stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
at the end, since of course we have to decide what to study in university and what our future is going to be like,
Yeah.
uh, and each classmate of mine was heading towards a career in law, economics, all kinds of stuff. And I,
Mm-hmm.
for the life of me, I couldn't imagine me being something like this,
I get
something
it.
which is work in an office or in in a very strict environment. So yeah, I was thinking really hard about what am I going to do because time was ticking. And I concluded that the one thing that makes me happy is art.
Mm.
So
Oh, nice.
I basically had 1 year,
Mm-hmm.
less than an year, really, to to try and prepare myself for the exams in uh, for the art exams that were going to get me into the art academy.
Mm-hmm.
I somehow managed. I got in, and it was
Oh,
really, really interesting and a very interesting and turbulent experience being there.
oh, good.
And after I graduated, no, long story short, I graduated and
Mm-hmm.
started to work in all kinds of fields like interior design, uh, 3D. I was a 3D artist for many years, which,
Oh,
yeah, I know, like I said, very, it's a big mix. And I was actually, I actually reached a very high level in the sphere, but at one point it started to get so very technical, so boring
mm-hmm.
and soul sucking that I I didn't want to do it anymore.
That's fair.
So at this exact moment in my life, I don't know how exactly, I don't remember anymore, but I somehow stumbled upon an introduction course for 2D animation, which
Mm-hmm.
was held by a school that has mm, like it's a school in Italy, but it also
Uh-huh.
has
Ah, I get it.
uh,
Like faculties.
yes, something like this. It also has a faculty here, and
Mm-hmm.
they had Bulgarian speaking teachers. And one of
Oh,
them decided
nice.
to, I mean, was hired to make this course.
Mm-hmm.
And it was amazing. It was mind-shattering for me, at least, because I had always liked animation. I mean, I was one of those kids who were glued to the TV, especially during the VHS era, if you're
Real.
familiar with
Yep.
that.
Some of
Uh,
y'all kids
you
never had
kids
the
don't
struggle
know.
of
So,
lending your favorite VHS tape to a friend.
So yeah, I had a favorite VHS tape, which was on loop the entire time in our house. And this was
Oh,
Beauty and the Beast. This was constantly
great.
on loop. It drove my older sister almost to madness.
Mm-hmm.
She really hates this movie now. But I remembered how much I loved this and how much I loved Cartoon Network. And it
Mm-hmm.
never occurred to me that I could be making stuff like that for a living.
Oh.
And this course kind of opened my eyes to this possibility. And this was really the moment where I said to myself, okay, this is it. This is my thing. I'm going to delve deeper as much as I can. And I finished this course, and while I was still working as a 3D artist, I decided that okay, I'm going to learn as much as I can. If I can find another course, I will, and stuff like that. But all of the courses I found were so extremely expensive because I couldn't find anything that's worth attending in my country
Mm-hmm.
because, well, animation industry doesn't exist here, basically.
Yeah,
Uh,
I get what you mean.
yeah, we I think we have one or two studios that are producing stuff like that, but
Mm-hmm.
either uh, they are being hired for maybe cleanup or some to be the firm who another firm outsources to in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And this was not very appealing to me. So I
Yeah.
searched for opportunities abroad, and I still continue to do that. And the all the courses I found were had prices that were astronomical for
Yep.
me.
That happens. I get
Yes.
it.
So the decision that I made was to do all of this um, on my own,
Mm-hmm.
to to learn online, to use as much as the internet void provides. And yeah, so I spent a couple of years doing that, thinking about projects and trying to animate and to assemble a reel and perhaps go and try to be an intern somewhere. And yeah, and I actually, after spending a couple of years doing that,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I don't know if you remember my very first portfolio that I showed you, my very first reel. This reel got me a job as a 2D animator, but
Mm-hmm.
it was in a studio uh, which was mainly focused on games, on mobile games,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
which was okay. I mean, they hired me without having any experience with their software, which was 2D Spine. I don't know if
Oh,
you
yeah, I know.
probably know what I'm talking about. Yeah, and it was um, a challenge for me, but I managed to learn this entire new thing for 4 months maybe, and
Whoa.
it probably sounds like a lot of time, but to be
Mm-hmm.
working on actual projects and learning a new software at the same time is is a bit challenging.
It is very
Yes.
challenging. You don't have to even
So
underplay it.
yeah, and it was okay because it was full of so many talented people, so many animators. This was one thing that was I was craving to have a community
Nice.
of people who shared the same interest, who worked the same thing, so we can talk about it, so we can share experiences that perhaps show my personal projects to some of them, maybe.
Mm, yeah, that's a good idea.
yeah, and this was my main um, incentive, so to say. And I really connected with the person who later became my team lead, a very
Oh.
a very cool boy. I'm saying boy because he was younger than me, but he already had tremendous experience as an animator, and
Hmm.
I just decided, okay, you are my mentor now, and I showed him a
That's a
lot of my
great
stuff.
attitude. Amazing attitude.
So yeah, this is the short version of the journey, right?
Hmm.
At this point, because I'm not working there anymore. I decided to quit because
Hmm.
it's a subject that is not something I'm very crazy about.
You're free to skip it if you don't want to talk about it.
Let's just say it wasn't something I could see myself doing uh, uh, 5 years in the future.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I decided to quit and really, really started to think, okay, uh, during this time, showing my team lead all of my things,
Hmm.
whether I'm really hoping that he didn't mind. He said he didn't, but this really, really helped me a lot because another person was seeing what I have been doing, for example, for a month or two, and
Hmm.
his input was very valuable and allowed me to progress a lot.
Oh, amazing.
Yes, and this was the good thing. The bad thing was that I was doing a full-time job in front of uh, a very bright screen, and I
Hmm.
was also doing my personal projects in my free time, again in front of a very, very bright screen. And this really tired me. At one point, it was unbearable.
Yeah.
So I had to also decide if I could do this for a longer period, if it's really that important. Are my projects more important? So yeah, priorities had to be set, and they were.
Hmm.
So in order to really become good in frame by frame and the project I wanted to make, it was obvious that I needed a proper education on the on the subject. This is where I again started to search for a school and
Hmm.
decided, well, I am going to sacrifice whatever it takes, but I
Sanity.
yes, the sanity too, because it takes a lot of it to yeah to stay around.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I really dug into it. I even made spreadsheets. I hate spreadsheets.
Ooh.
And at the end, I decided that Animation Club School is the place for me. And here
Ooh.
I am.
Amazing. I was just about to ask, like, how did you manage to find Animation Club School? And we did talk about, like, you said a lot of courses were not really affordable. So I'm guessing due to that logic that the prices were a bit lower than I mean, I'm saving up for a course that is going to be very expensive. It's going to be from like I think like a Disney animator, but they're very, very expensive. So it takes a lot of saving to do.
Yeah.
Um, but I also started with Edward's courses. Is there anything else that specifically like stood out when you were like, I'm assuming you were making like spreadsheets trying to figure out what's kind of the best option to move forward. Yeah.
Yeah. I was comparing everything, like um,
Ooh.
the um, the reputation of the mentor and the person
Wow.
the person who is leading the course, the reputation of the school, uh, the opinion of the students who were still there or
Mm-hmm.
who graduated, of course, the price, the time it took to
Mm-hmm.
graduate from a course, and what else? All kinds of factors. But the leading one was how much it took, how much it cost,
Mm-hmm.
and what are the perspectives after, and what you're
Ooh.
going to learn. What is the most cool thing I remember
Mhm.
um, in this research was that it was very helpful for me that in the web page of the school, the program
Mhm.
was already listed. Every course
Ah,
had a description
mhm.
what you're going to be studying this month, which
Yeah.
was which was great
I have
because
to say
I
that
don't
was a reason for
remember.
me as well. A long time ago
I
when I
know,
signed
right?
up, I really liked that on the website there was just like straight up week by week. Like, what are you gonna do? When's the deadline? How much hours you're gonna spend? Really made like the decision clear. Like, oh, I know what I'm going into. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, this was
100%.
really the best part because you have clarity. I'm not saying
Mm-hmm.
that other schools which were
Obviously.
online, and this was a very important thing, it had to be, of course, online because yeah, going to another country to study this was out of the question.
Mm-hmm.
It had to be flexible and online
Mm-hmm.
to have clarity about all of those above. And yeah, Animation Club took first prize on that
Oh.
in comparison
When
to the
someone
others.
makes such an informed decision, it means like I think 100% more uh like the being chosen part.
Well, yeah,
Kudos to the staff. I will tell
yes.
them.
Well, yeah, the staff is amazing. This was also something that really won me over. I mean, in time,
Mm-hmm.
because from day one, I could see that everybody is very, very dedicated to what they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
especially you with all of your hosting and
Oh, oh no.
oh no, stop. So yeah, all of the events and the streams, I was surprised. I was definitely surprised to see that so much work went to something that is not necessary. You're not uh it's not necessary for you to do that, but you do it. So that means you really love animation too, which is
Yeah, everyone on the staff, everyone is completely obsessed.
amazing.
I think also most of our staff actually went through the courses first, learning about the school, and then
Oh,
eventually.
oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You probably know Anastasia. She's the curator for the classes as well.
Yes.
Really lovely. And she also went through the courses and she was the one person who was like responsible for like I think in the credits she's listed as like line producer on the Oban short where they had
Huh.
the tribute. Yeah, and she was working through it, and I think she went through the other classes as well. We have another lovely person also working on the team, Josephine. I think she also went through some of the courses. So uh, it's always like I think like a number one thing on the staff is just being very obsessed with art and animation and all of its beautiful forms and shapes.
That's really nice to hear. I'm sure about actually I'm sure about Margarita because he was in the first course with me that she also had a
That's
taste
true.
of the program, and it
That's also true.
was yeah, it is nice that the others are into it as well.
Yeah. Oh,
And
awesome.
when did
Mhm.
you actually graduate from here?
I think it was
How
like
much?
in very early, if counting the short film, I think it was like early 23rd. I think the thing is with our films, it was a little bit different. I started the class in beginning, no, start of the third class was in beginning of 2022. And then I think by summer of 2022, or no, oh yeah, that's true. I'm trying to kind of recollect how everything was going, which class was after which. We were in this kind of interesting gap of not a lot of festivals being run at that little point in time. Uh, so the school was like, well, you're kind of free to do whatever you want because before we would do tributes for festivals and be kind of featured on those. And we were in this weird little gap, and they're like, you can do whatever you want. And we were thinking what to do as our animation short. And yeah, it takes a long time to explain, but I think I graduated in like 2023, very early, because we created the film. It was called Cat Cafe. I think it was featured like a long time on the YouTube channel, and it's pretty old. It's pretty dated, though. It has like a lot of heart in it. And we actually had a little festival run because we were one of the first shorts that weren't aligned with any kind of festival or specific project or tribute. We had all of the rights for like the film's ideas and everything. So we had a pretty good festival run. I think we didn't submit to like a huge amount of festivals because we were kind of limited on budget. But we
Hmm.
got to be in Italy, in Lebanon, a couple of times in America. We got like a semi-finalist in a festival in Australia, in India. And because all of those like festival runs and everything, we had to release our film after we've gone through all of the selections and stuff, which was very, very nice. I think I had like a little GIF on my Instagram, like I think a while ago I did, thanking all of the festivals and like all of the inclusions and everything. And it was really sweet. But I think, yeah, in 2023, there was an effects course I went through that was also kind of part of the school. Right now, it's not yet available. Maybe it will be soon. Uh, and that happened in 2024. So if I want to flex more, like I say 2024. If I want to be honest, it's going to be like end of 2022, which is like about 4 years ago.
And you were working in the industry since then.
Yeah, I'd say so. Before it was more kind of sparse. But this last year, I practically worked like the whole year from project to project to project to project. Before, it was a little bit like, oh, a couple of months, like without a lot of stuff going on, but I'd still have a lot of other work being busy. But now, I'm like completely booked.
That is
Let's
pretty
hope
awesome.
this year is gonna continue the trajectory.
That's so cool. What was um what was actually the, if you remember, what was
Mhm.
um the main, not the main thing, but um a skill or a knowledge that you learned from the school that was really, really useful from the very beginning? Something that really, when you started working on your first real work project, you said, "Oh, thank God I went through this in animation school, club school."
Let me think. Mm, I think, well, first of all, then you're gonna get a lot of feedback and a lot of corrections. It's like, okay, thank God I went through this because nothing feels like really personal anymore. Before I went to the school because I didn't went through any kind of higher education in art, and I was a very kind of I still do have ADHD, and I didn't went through like art schools as a kid. I had like a mentor I was always with, so she always had like this kind of specific way of reaching me. but I had problems with concentration and everything, so I couldn't manage to finish any kind of normal education. So I would say I was a lot more sheltered than like the regular art folk would be in terms of like receiving feedback and working in these like groups and stuff. And when I joined Animation Club School, I finally had the chance to actually like reach out to people and work on projects and stuff. And when I started working, I think the first thing happened is obviously you get a lot of corrections. There's the stuff you don't really understand well. There's stuff you're not really used to, like the character designs and stuff like that, especially in cleanup. I think like a couple of I think on the last loop de loop I talked about it about cleanup and like tips for working as a cleanup artist is that every studio will be different. Every studio will have their own requirements, their own pipelines, and it could be the pipelines could be software pipelines, and it could be just specifically how they work on that specific animation.
Hmm.
And being able to have that discernment for uh what I did is not specifically just like bad, but there's stuff I could do differently and I need to learn how to listen well. Otherwise no work is going to be done. I think reflected my personal experience in animation club school. Mostly because I was going through harder stuff. I would get sometimes some specific drawers for the frame, or I would be asked to be kind of more attentive to specific volumes and stuff. And at first, it would be really hard to kind of get myself into the mindset. But I think by the end of course four, it really gave me that good ground of like learning how to collect my brain in one place to actually be attentive enough to do stuff. And then I think other lessons clicked like 2 years after I finished, but it's like part of the course. Oh, and I think another one, I think I've heard it on one of the first months of interacting with the school ever. I think Edward said something, flip your image because everyone sees your drawing as flipped. So it became like one of my 10 rules, like
Oh,
commandments of like always check it. Like I don't like flipping and seeing, oh, I accidentally raised my hand and it triggered Zoom. I don't like flipping. I don't like seeing my drawing from an unflattering angle, but there's no going round about it because everyone is gonna see all of those stuff my brain is trying to hide from me.
yes, this is one of the best rules from Edward, by the way. I'm
Yeah.
actually planning to do something on the site that features exactly some of those rules.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Fred Moore used to
Mm-hmm.
have some of, let's say, his own principles of appealing animation,
Mm-hmm.
uh, like that were exactly listed like rules. Does your drawing have 3 dimension? Does your
Mm-hmm.
drawing uh, reflect the character well? Does your scene needs this and this and this and this? Like very
Yeah.
very reasonable rules that
Mm-hmm.
you can go through them before submitting your animation to whoever needs to
Yeah.
see it. And I
That's
was thinking
great.
of doing something like this, like small
Mm-hmm.
cards that are titled "The Golden Rules of
Mm-hmm.
whatever of the school," for example. And one of
Yeah.
those rules will be exactly flipping.
Flip,
Have you
flip, flip,
flipped
flip, flip,
today?
flip, flip, flip. Oof.
How many times have you flipped today? So
But
yeah, I'm
now I got,
definitely going to show you when I have
oh,
something.
please do. But now I got so used to flipping that sometimes when I work in a program that doesn't allow me to flip stuff, I get nervous. Because now I'm relying on it, I think, a little bit too much. I have to train my brain into, what do you call it? Flipping inside, seeing what might be wrong. Not sure how to do that
I
yet. I don't think my brain is really compliant with me.
I'm also trying to apply this every time I work, and I still haven't found the right shortcut for this, and I'm trying to adjust it to to wherever I'm working. I absolutely realize it to be necessary, and yeah, I should do it definitely more often because it can be life-saving.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, since you already asked that question myself, what was your kind of most, you said about the cards as well, but what do you say would be the most important lesson for you that you got to learn while studying?
Mhm. Well, actually, two things come to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, let's say I consider myself a very patient person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very patient with people. I'm very patient with, for example, a task that needs a lot of work on it.
Mm-hmm.
I just understand that, and the work is going to get done no matter what. Uh, and I still would consider myself a patient person, but uh, working on an animation shot has opened my eyes to another dimension of this word in a way,
Yeah.
because you really need to, like you said, accept the revisions, the opinion of other people who are way more experienced than you, because of course they have seen a lot more than you, and their opinion is usually valid. Uh, and you really just need to buckle up and do it until it's good and you like it, which is
Mm-hmm.
another thing for me, which is a bit which complicates my life. I don't like my stuff easily.
I get you.
hmm So yeah, a lot of patience is needed, and I think I'm going in the right direction with this one. So yeah, patience definitely is something that a lot of people need to learn, not only from the school, but as a whole when you work in animation, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing, this was really interesting when I realized it. Um, Maybe the second month in of the
Mm-hmm.
course, I realized that I have a problem with my ego, which is really weird. And it's not that drastic as it sounds, but I thought that I was not a complete beginner when I started to learn here,
Mm-hmm.
that I actually knew some stuff. It was
Mm-hmm.
obvious to me that I had gaps, for example, that some things were definitely unclear and I made mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
But I also was convinced that some things were okay. Uh, but a couple of sessions in with Edward, this was completely shattered, and I was struggling to again. This sounds way more serious than it actually is. Um, there was kind of a friction between me accepting to trust somebody else and to also uh, be true to my vision
Mm-hmm.
and my skills. But
Yeah.
at the end of this struggle, I decided, well, this is pointless. I mean, I should trust him with what I'm doing now because this is
Mm-hmm.
why I'm here, and things are going well. Progress is obvious, so this is another reason why I should not uh why I should leave my ego at the door, for
I
example.
get you completely.
Yeah. And a lot of people are actually talking about this, that you need to be as humble as possible when, especially when you work in a team,
Mm-hmm.
and just yeah, just work with the people around you in order to do something really great. And that
Mm-hmm.
requires not having a large ego and trusting a lot. So
Exactly.
yeah, definitely this is something positive that I have noticed to change in myself.
Yeah, I think it's incredibly wise. I think over all of the technical and minute skills, no, being able to actually step back and remind yourself that other people are here for the same reasons as you, and your mentor is here to give you, first of all, feedback so you can get better and not take it, like I said, not taking it like personally, because a lot of us who draw, our art is an expression of kind of ourselves, is the way to kind of speak without using like normal verbal language. So we associate a lot of our personal kind of worth and understanding in the way we do art. So when someone gives a criticism, obviously if you build you kind of not self-worth but at least self-understanding of yourself through your art, it feels a critique that is like very personal, so you tend, not you I mean, but just me, you, like the abstract listener, tends to kind of get defensive, to not get the feelings hurt too much. And you got to learn how to step back and how to actually kind of separate uh, kind of the the whites from the yolks, you know.
Yeah,
Oh, that was great. And what you'd say would be your so far? I think you're going through course 3, right?
yeah, the acting part.
Mm-hmm. Have you already chosen the characters you're gonna animate? You probably
Well,
did, or no?
we are quite far in with the first exercise, which is the turnaround, which
Of the
we
head?
are, yeah, the head turnaround,
Uh-huh.
yeah, which we are later going to make even prettier with the effect of
Mm.
wind or something of the sort.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
I can't wait for that, honestly. This is, I really like effects and
Mm-hmm.
um, drawing the smoke, the for example, an explosion or something which is dripping on the sides. I I
Yeah.
find this really comforting somehow, and I have even found some resources to further exercise all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I'm going to be very curious about adding wind to my turnaround.
Mm.
This the character which I'm turning is Octavia from Hello Boss. I don't know if you remember her.
I haven't watched it, but I think I know who you're talking about.
I'm gonna show you later.
Yeah,
It's
of
it's
course. I'd love
fine.
to see it.
And for now, it's I believe this time I finally learned my lesson and did something simple because because in the previous exercises I tended
Hmm.
to really push myself and because I don't find it as suffering. Like Edward says, "Oh, you're going to suffer with this choice that you made," and yeah, it was hard at some points, but I wouldn't say it's suffering. I say it's character building.
Yeah, at some point, it is a you have to strike a balance between overexerting yourself and actually training your muscles.
Yeah. So this time it was, well, it's not. Let's say it's simpler than the choices that my classmates made this time. At
Mm-hmm.
least the two boys that we have this time in the class, they are really, really doing some crazy work. I mean, um, their task resembles a dynamic shot more in my
Whoa.
opinion than uh, a head turn, because yeah, it
Ooh.
involves a head turn and some kind of a change of emotion, but it's really dynamic and the whole character is visible, and it involves, like, for example, in one of the exercises, a person is pointing a gun,
Oh,
which
wow. Yeah,
is
guns are
which is
hard.
hardcore, yeah. And so yeah, it's really, really impressive. While
Okay, can't
me,
wait to
I'm
see.
just looking at stars. My character is looking at stars. But I intentionally decided to make the body movements uh, less and focus more on
Mhm.
emotion, because this is
Mhm.
what is not that visible in the other, in my opinion, in the
Yeah.
other works. So yeah, it's gonna turn out really good, I hope.
Ooh, I think so. Can't wait to see what you have ready.
And I also I was waiting all this time for this part of the program, by the way. And now when I
Mm-hmm.
have to choose a character, for example, for the next task,
Mm-hmm.
which is the acting, the real acting,
Mm-hmm.
I am out of ideas. I'm blocked,
Oh.
and I'm going to have to do some spreadsheets.
Back to the spreadsheets, back to Excel.
Back to this horrible, horrible thing.
Uh, and what is your usual process of picking characters uh to draw? Because I've noticed you're doing a lot of stuff from, I think the studio that animates them is Spindle Horse, right?
Yes, yes, exactly.
Is it specifically because you're looking to eventually work in a place like Spindle Horse, or is it because you love the characters so much, designs? Are there more factors than just like, oh, this is like a cool character I might do? Since you're more like a spreadsheet, like thinking through kind of person.
Oh, I'm so not a spreadsheet person, but sometimes this is a necessary evil.
I get it.
Yeah. Well, all of the things that you mentioned
Mm-hmm.
are absolutely valid. I mean, I love the characters in this
Yeah.
entire universe. Uh, I am more biased about Hello Boss than the other show,
Mm-hmm.
but the entire art style is something which is really, really close to what I feel and what I like to express.
Mm-hmm.
And the stories and the studio itself, the people that work there, the things they make. This
Mm-hmm.
is actually my plan for the future
Uh-huh.
to eventually work there if they will have me. And they will, because I will have a very good portfolio.
That's the spirit. That's the energy. That's what we're looking for. No, I think with the right mindset, like it's absolutely possible.
So yeah,
The skills are going to come from the school, so everything else is just a matter of mindset.
I yeah, I try to believe this as well.
Awesome.
And yeah, and this is how I choose characters. I really have to like them. I
Hmm.
mean, it's not necessary to like them, but
I mean, if
it
you're
will
going to
be
be looking
very
at something
well,
for
yeah, it has
like
to be appealing in
5 weeks.
some way. Yeah, it has to be appealing in some way, either with design or with history, with the characters' um, personality. This also
Hmm.
helps. if you relate to some character in a way, whatever way,
Mm-hmm.
it really helps with you adding some part of you in the animation.
Mm-hmm.
This makes it way more rich, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, lots of I have, oh no, you're gonna say I'm a spreadsheet person. I have a list of
Oh
uh,
no.
of my favorite characters that I was thinking about while I
Mm-hmm.
was looking at the program of the school at one point in the past. I made it like, oh, a walk cycle. I'm going to be making a walk cycle. What character will I be interested in making him or her walk, for example?
I mean, you're
And
not beating
yeah,
the spreadsheet person allegations at this point.
yeah, it's just a scribbly list. It's not Excel, thank God.
Yeah. But I'm not meaning it as a bad thing. I actually think some
I know.
that like amount of, I don't know if you can hear my dog chewing in the background. Some amount of planning and like understanding and taking like pros and cons and like even planning for specific characters on specific exercises. I think that's great because a lot of people when they start, and it was me for a little bit, especially I think in year one when I had to make the turnaround, uh, I was stumped. I didn't choose a character beforehand, and they were like, "Okay, you're starting the exercise. You must like start doing the preparation and stuff." And it took me a little while to kind of even decide what I wanted to do. I think if I spent more time or chose beforehand, I might have chose someone else that I was more kind of vibing with. I had a fun exercise like result. Uh, but from year two, I chose my characters very thoroughly. I had to enjoy them at least. So
Which do you think it's a better let's call it a strategy uh, to have uh, uh, to make your reel consist of characters and styles that are, for example, made only in one studio, or to have a lot of variety, to have, for example, one, two, or three styles of uh, yeah, of animating.
honestly, I have no idea. I don't know which. I think it very much depends on the person, what kind of goals they want to achieve. Um, Edward, I remember he said, always put in the reel the stuff you want to do in the future. So if it's
Yes.
you're circled on going for working for one or two studios or doing something very specific, then you should uh, go for something more specific. If in the process of learning you're trying to understand what kind of specifically clicks with you, then I think trying a variety of different stuff is also very acceptable. Just very much depends on the person, on themselves. I
Cool.
didn't even notice we've been talking straight for an hour. It felt like we were just chatting for like 20 minutes or something.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, it is one
I
hour
mean, we
almost.
we almost have a full page of just stuff drawn over. So
Oh, I didn't notice the time passing at all.
that's what happens when you have good conversation. We actually have one question. I think we just can ruminate on it and start slowly kind of rolling to a close. This was a very good uh, talk. And the question is from Yes Sir. Love the nickname. Going straight to it, I'm on the beginner side. But with all of the AI leaps and bounds, I'm not sure what to think about the profession wise. What advice are you giving to peeps like me? Honestly, if there was someone who could predict the future, I would probably give all of my money to get a fortune reading. but because genuinely no one, well, we can believe into tarot cards, to an extent, but there's no one who can actually tell you what's gonna happen with 100% certainty. Uh, you know, if it's something that truly like makes you happy, if it's something you feel you can spend 50 hours on, redrawing the same five elements and watching that everything works perfectly, and you wake up and like one of the things you kind of always put, it's something to draw or animate, you can make it work. There's so many like ways to work in animation. There's so many places uh, to kind of approach it. I don't know about you, any like personally, except from as you said that you're a beginner. So there could be so many ways you can, and so many kind of branches and skill trees to look into that, you'll find a place. And in terms of AI, who knows what is going to happen? Maybe the AI bubble will pop because a lot of people saying that their business models are not really profitable. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe the internet will shut down for 5 years and people will have to rely on the local artists to do stuff for them. And we're going to be back in business, baby.
They're going to
Like,
start animating on paper again.
yeah, that also could happen. So, I think the only thing you can rely on is how you feel day to day. And if you feel that it's something you feel really passionate about, you'll find a place. So, if in terms of beginners, like what can you do is just practicing and studying fundamentals, but that's not gonna matter no matter how much AI slop there's on the internet. I think it's important to stay
Yeah.
informed, but you don't have to like feel kind of the pressure. People who will want to cheap on the artist, they will go to AI no matter what. If there weren't AI, they were stealing pictures. If they weren't stealing pictures, they were tracing pictures and putting them as their own work. There are people who always value integrity. And now I've noticed there's a lot more businesses who are going and actively saying that their business is AI free. Their artists are not using any AI. There's a lot more AAA studios. Like there were some hiccups, like Expedition 33, who like use like AI, I think, in texturing in their like early builds or something. But there are more and more big studios that completely despise AI and they don't want to use it in their work pipelines. And I think a kind of human craft will never go anywhere because it's mainly the heart and the passion. And it's not gonna go anywhere.
I totally agree with Kata.
So yeah, I
It's
think all
very,
I can
very
say.
important to love what you do, because look at your grandma here. I spent so many years doing something I wasn't happy about. But
Mm-hmm.
now that doesn't matter because after several years of trying to um, several years of studying, of practicing, I still want to do this. I
Mm-hmm.
At one point, if I my goal in life is to be like Aaron Blaise,
Mm-hmm.
my absolute favorite person in the world, because he has probably around 30 years of animation experience behind his back, and he still finds so much joy in what he does. I mean, he's like a
Mm-hmm.
child that uh, is entertained with what he does, which is the purest, most beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So, if at one point in the future I'm at least a fraction of as happy as he is, everything would be worth it.
Yep.
So yeah, love what you do, and
Yeah.
the everything else will follow.
Exactly. I agree. 100%. I think this is like a perfect kind of ending note for all of our kind of discussions today. We've been going for a good hour. So, um, for everyone here watching right now, both me and Diana, we have been students of Animation Club School, and also me personally, Diana can say for herself, inviting you to join the courses as well. There are courses on traditional 2D animation, on visual development, short film creation, and right now it's a perfect opportunity to get a discount as well. I think if you go on the website, there's a 20% discount on the first month, which is pretty good for the courses that start in June. So very early bird, but kind of the more you plan, the easier your life will gonna be in the long run. So you can join it. It's good for beginners like Yes Sir, and for people who've already been doing stuff in the animation industry to level up their skills. So join now, see what you'll be able to do tomorrow. Maybe one day you'll be sitting here with me and we'll be doodling together, talking about the school experience and the dreams of what we're going to do in the future. So, and yeah, is there anything you want to say before we close? A good
Who, me?
wish. Yeah.
Well, nothing more than onwards.
Exactly.
This is the
Let's
best
see what we
the best
get.
thing.
Well, then, on this perfect note, I want to finish the stream today. Thank you again, Diana, for joining us, for sharing your insights, and just being a part of the school and part of the community. It's been really nice to actually see each other face to face after chatting on Discord and sitting in
Oh yeah.
practices. So I really appreciate you hopping on. Thank you, Vitali, our stream technician, for running everything very smooth and letting us draw and kind of hang out in this format. It's only possible because of him. So, chat, please give him a big thank you. And as always, as I said, you should not only join us on the streams and workshops and Discord practices, but on courses as well. So, you have just a right amount of time to join us, get a discount, and be very secure in your place in the school because their places are limited. So hopefully we'll get to see you in class or in our workshops and practices. This has been Kata, and this has been Animation Club School. Thank you for being here with us. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Edward Kurczewski and I've been working in 2D traditional animation for over 10 years and have contributed to projects like Scavenger's Reign, Primal, Flea, and Tales of Alatreon. Working in animation has been my dream as long as I can remember. I've always wanted to create worlds and bring characters to life. The first challenge I faced was, where do I start? Where I can learn this? I noticed that many others has the same questions. After getting my 2 master degrees in animation and earning experience in professional industry, I've decided to share my knowledge with you. That's why I created Animation Club School. Our school is a team of working animators who act like a bridge between students and the industry. We realize that many students struggle to build high professional skills required to secure their job in the industry. So we designed our courses to help you develop an outstanding portfolio. At the moment, we primarily focus on 2D animation. It's where we have the most expertise, and it's my personal passion. We want to see more people thrive in this art form. Each course is carefully designed to deliver knowledge while honing practical skills through hands-on tasks. The curriculum builds gradually over several levels, enabling students to master the program step by step. We aim to help students understand complexity of 2D animation, assess difficulty of the tasks realistically, and set achievable goals to their growth. Our primary focus is on developing animation skills to meet industry standard. While drawing skills are essential, we leave their development to each student individually. However, we encourage outside art study and even offer free drawing sessions in our Discord. Currently, we offer over 12 different courses and we continually adding new professional programs to meet industry demands. But that's not all. Here's what else we offer. Weekly videos that dive into different aspects of animation industry, free monthly masterclass live streams with a mentor, short tutorials across all our social media platforms, an active Discord community where you can connect to passionate creatives from around the world. If you like what you've heard so far, follow us on our social media and check out our courses on our website. I can't wait to see what you create with us.